Hello everyone, this is Meenakshi Dilip Birari, working as an assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nasik. In previous lectures, we have studied Freundlich adsorption isotherm and Langmuir adsorption isotherm. In today's lecture, we are going to study bed theory, which is used for determination of surface area of adsorbent. Since the Langmuir theory of adsorption is only limited to the formation of monomolecular layer of the gas molecules on the solid surfaces, so the concept of bed theory, it is an extension of the Langmuir theory. The bed theory is used for the multimolecular layer adsorption. So let us see in detail bed equation and bed adsorption isotherm. We know that the process of adsorption, which is studied through graphs known as adsorption isotherms, the graph between the amount of adsorbate adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent and pressure at constant temperature. So it is the relation between amount of substance adsorbed by adsorbent and equilibrium pressure or concentration at constant temperature, or it is also the curve obtained by plotting the graph of amount of substance adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent against the equilibrium pressure P or concentration at constant temperature. The adsorption isotherms is mainly classified into Freundlich adsorption isotherm, Langmuir adsorption isotherm, bed adsorption isotherm. In previous lectures, we have studied Freundlich adsorption isotherm and Langmuir adsorption isotherm. Now, we are going to discuss bed adsorption isotherm or bed theory. Bed theory aims to explain the physical adsorption of gas molecules on solid adsorbent. The theory of adsorption proposed in 1938 by Bronner, Emmett and Taylor. Bed equation, it explains multilayer adsorption and it is also useful to calculate surface area of adsorbent. Since the Langmuir theory of adsorption is only limited to the formation of a monomolecular layer of the gas molecules on the solid surface and disregards the possibility that multilayer adsorption may also take place, the concept of bed theory, it is an extension of the Langmuir's theory. In Langmuir's theory, there is only the monomolecular layer adsorption, whereas bed theory is helpful to explain the multimolecular layer adsorption. It is also useful to calculate the surface area of adsorbent. So, the bed theory applies to systems of multilayer adsorption and usually considering that gases do not chemically react with surface or adsorbent. Usually, nitrogen gas is used as an adsorbate to determine the surface area of adsorbent. Now, what are the assumptions of bed theory? The adsorbed layer may be multimolecular in thickness. Surface area available for the nth layer being equal to the surface area covered by n-1th layer. Langmuir's assumptions apply to each layer. First, for solid surface possessing the uniform localized sides, and adsorption at one side does not affect the adsorption in neighboring sides. There is dynamic equilibrium between successive layers, that is, the rate of evaporation from one layer is equal to the rate of adsorption or condensation on the preceding layer. The characteristic heat of adsorption is applicable to first layer only, that is delta H1. For subsequent layers, heat of adsorption is equal to heat of condensation of vapor. So it is delta Hm. Bate theory helps to explain the physical adsorption of gas molecules on solid adsorbent. Gas molecules physically adsorb on solid in layers infinitely. That means there may be the formation of multimolecular layers, multilayers. Gas molecules only interact with adjacent layers. The Langmuir theory can be applied to each layer, that is for the solid surfaces possessing uniform localized sites, and also adsorption at one site does not affect the adsorption in neighboring sites. The enthalpy of adsorption for the first layer is constant and greater than the second layer, that is higher. So delta H1, heat of adsorption, which is applicable to first layer only, and for subsequent layer heat of adsorption is equal to heat of condensation of vapor, delta Hm. The enthalpy of adsorption for second layer is same as the enthalpy of liquefaction. So these are the assumptions of Bate theory. Based on the above assumptions, Bronner, Emmett and Taylor derived the following equation known as Bate equation, and it is used to determine the monolayer adsorbed gas volume, that is Vm. So what is the equation? P divided by V total in bracket P0 minus P is equal to 1 upon V mono into C plus C minus 1 divided by V mono into C into P upon P0, where V total is equal to volume of gas adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent at pressure P and temperature T. V mono is equal to volume of gas adsorbed when the surface of the solid is covered completely with monolayer. P0 is equal to saturated vapor pressure at temperature T, and C is constant depending upon nature of the gas. So C is equal to experimental values by using delta H1 minus delta Hm divided by R into T. So based on the above assumptions of Bate theory, Bronner, Emmett and Taylor derived the equation. It is known as Bate equation, and this equation is used to determine the monolayer adsorbed gas volume Vm. Bate theory also having some limitations. So what are the limitations of Bate theory? Surface is assumed to be homogeneous. In Bate theory, the interactions between adsorbed molecules is neglected, and the heat of adsorption from second layer onwards to be equal to the subsequent layers, which is not usually true. Bate isotherm also fails below a relative pressure P upon P0 of 0.05 and above 0.35. According to one of the assumptions of Bate theory, the enthalpy of adsorption for the first layer is constant and greater than the second layer, and the enthalpy of adsorption for the second layer is same as the enthalpy of liquefaction, but the heat of adsorption from second layer onwards to be equal to the subsequent layer, which is not usually true. So it is also one of the limitation. Bate isotherm, it fails to explain the equation related to relative pressure lower P upon P0 of 0.05 and above 0.35. The surface, it is assumed to be homogeneous and the interactions between adsorb molecule is also neglected in this equation. So these are limitations of Bett equation. Limitations or drawbacks of Bett adsorption isotherm. Surface which is assumed to be homogeneous. Interactions between the adsorb molecules is neglected and the heat of adsorption from second layer onwards to be equal to subsequent layers, which is not usually true. Now what are the applications of Bett theory or Bett equation? Bett equation is helpful to determine the surface area of solid adsorbent and also it helps to explain solid catalysis. Bett equation related to determine the inner surface of hardened cement paste, also one of the application. So by using Bett equation we can determine the monolayer adsorbed gas volume. Bett equation is helpful to explain the physical adsorption of gas molecules on solid adsorbent and it is useful to determine the surface area of adsorbent. Since the Langmuir theory of adsorption, it is only limited to the formation of monomolecular layer of gas molecules on the solid surface and disregards the possibility that multilayer adsorption may also take place. This concept of Bett theory, it is an extension of the Langmuir's theory. The Bett equation or Bett theory is important for multimolecular layer adsorption, whereas the Langmuir adsorption isotherm, it explains only the monomolecular layer adsorption. So in today's lecture we have studied Bett equation or Bett theory and also the introductory part related to Bett theory. Thank you.